There's a decision most people make in their 20s and 30s that quietly determines whether they build wealth or spend the next few decades trying to catch up. It doesn't feel dramatic at the time. It doesn't involve a lottery ticket or a risky investment. It's usually small, subtle, almost invisible. But over 20 or 30 years, it can be worth $1 million or more. My name is Mike, and I'm glad you're here. I make videos that explain money in a calm, practical way, without pressure or hype. If you find this kind of steady guidance helpful, take a moment to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss future conversations that make personal finance feel simpler and clearer. The decision I'm talking about isn't about picking the perfect stock. It's not about starting a business. It's not even about earning a huge salary. It's about whether you choose to consistently invest early or delay investing until later. That's the $1M decision you make before age 40. Why does this matter so much? Because time is the most powerful force in personal finance. When you invest in your 20s or early 30s, you're not just adding money. You're buying time for compound growth to do the heavy lifting. When you delay investing, even by 5 or 10 years, you're shrinking the runway that makes big wealth possible. This financial problem happens because life feels expensive early on. In your 20s and 30s, you're building a career. You might be paying rent, saving for a home, handling student loans, starting a family, or just trying to feel stable. Investing can feel like something you'll do once things calm down, but things rarely calm down. There's always a new expense, a move, a car repair, a wedding, a child, a job transition. If you wait for the perfect moment, investing keeps sliding into the future. And that delay, not your intelligence, not your income, becomes the most expensive choice you make. Let's walk through this step by step. First, understand what compound growth really means. When you invest money and earn a return, your returns start earning returns. Over time, that snowball effect becomes powerful. But snowballs need time to roll. If you invest $500 a month starting at age 25 and earn a reasonable long-term return, that money has 40 years to grow. If you wait until 35 to start, you've lost a decade of compounding. To catch up, you would need to invest significantly more each month. The key lesson isn't about exact percentages. It's about years. The earlier dollars you invest are often the most valuable dollars you will ever invest. Second, consistency matters more than intensity. You don't need to invest aggressively or chase complex strategies. A simple, diversified approach, done consistently, is often enough. The real mistake isn't picking the wrong investment. It's not starting at all. Third, automation removes emotion. When investing feels optional, it competes with every other spending decision. When it's automated, it becomes part of your financial structure. It's not a monthly debate. It's just what you do. Now let's make this practical. If you're under 40, your first priority is to build a basic financial foundation, an emergency fund, manageable debt, and stable cash flow. Once that foundation is in place, even partially, begin investing regularly, even if the amount feels small. Start with a percentage, not a random dollar figure. For example, 10% of your income invested consistently can be life-changing over decades. If 10% feels overwhelming, start with 5%. The habit matters more than the number at the beginning. Increase your contributions gradually. Every raise doesn't need to upgrade your lifestyle. Some of it can upgrade your future. Keep your strategy simple. Broad, diversified investments often outperform complicated attempts to outsmart the market. Complexity is not the same as intelligence. Now let's look at a short example. Investor Mike is 32 years old. He earns a solid income and enjoys reading about markets. He spends hours researching individual stocks, trying to predict trends, and timing entries. But here's the problem. He hasn't actually been investing consistently. He waits for the perfect opportunity. When markets feel high, he hesitates. When markets drop, he worries they'll fall further. Years pass with large amounts of cash sitting idle. Investor Mike believes he's being strategic, but in reality, his hesitation is costing him time. and time is the most valuable asset he has. The mentor version of me would tell investor Mike this: you don't need perfect timing. You need participation. The market doesn't reward those who wait for clarity. It rewards those who stay invested consistently over long periods. Now let's gently talk about common mistakes people make before 40. The first mistake is believing investing is something you start once you feel successful. Wealth isn't built after success. It's built during the climb. The second mistake is lifestyle inflation. When income rises, spending quietly rises with it. A slightly nicer apartment, a newer car, more travel. None of these are wrong. But if every raise disappears into lifestyle upgrades, there's nothing left for long-term growth. The third mistake is fear of market volatility. Many people wait because investing feels risky. But the real long-term risk isn't short-term volatility. It's failing to grow your money at all. The fourth mistake is complexity. People think they need advanced knowledge before starting. In reality, simple strategies consistently applied beat complicated strategies inconsistently applied. So what's a simple action plan you can follow? Step 1. Decide on a start date. Not someday, a specific date. This month. Or next paycheck. Step 2. Choose a fixed percentage of income to invest. Automate it so you don't have to think about it. Step 3. Keep your investments diversified and low cost. Avoid chasing trends or constantly changing strategies. Step 4. Increase your contribution rate when your income increases. Even a 1% increase each year makes a difference over time. Step 5. Stay invested during market swings. Expect volatility. It's normal. What matters is the long-term trend, not the short-term noise. If you follow those 5 steps before age 40, you give yourself decades of compound growth. That's the million-dollar difference. Now let's talk about the mindset shift that makes all of this sustainable. Instead of asking, how much can I make this year? Start asking, how many years can my money compound? Instead of focusing only on income, focus on ownership. Income pays your bills. Ownership builds your future. Instead of chasing fast gains, commit to steady progress. Wealth that lasts is usually built slowly. Before 40, you have something incredibly valuable: time. After 40, you still have time, but less of it. That doesn't mean it's too late. It simply means the earlier you start, the less pressure you'll feel later. The $1M decision isn't dramatic. It's quiet. It's choosing to invest regularly instead of waiting. It's deciding that your future self deserves consistent effort today. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to predict the market. You don't need to earn an extraordinary income. You need structure, patience, and consistency. And here's something important. This decision isn't about becoming obsessed with money. It's about creating options. Financial stability gives you choices. It gives you flexibility in your career. It gives you breathing room during difficult seasons. It reduces stress. It allows generosity. It creates freedom. When you invest early and consistently, you're not just building a portfolio. You're building resilience. If you're in your 20s or 30s, this is your window. If you're closer to 40, it's still your window. The only way to miss it completely is to keep postponing. Start where you are. Use what you have. Make it automatic. Let time do the heavy lifting. That's the million-dollar decision. If this video helped you think more clearly about your investing choices and answered some of your questions, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe for more calm, practical videos like this. I'll see you in the next one.